I'm a biker. I've been a biker all my life. I was out like every Sunday for me, which was what I call bike day. I used to go with a group of friends on a motorcycle ride. And on my way back from Morecambe, I got to within about a mile and a half from my home, and a car turned in on me and knocked me off my bike.
I just remember a knock on the door, and I instantly, my heart sank. I just knew something had happened, and it was a police officer who'd come to say he'd been in a bad accident and he needed to take me up to Manchester Royal. They'd had to put him in an induced coma because he had multiple injuries from not just his leg, which they thought, it was just everything. His foot, his leg, his lungs. One had collapsed, one had a blood clot on it. He'd had rib fractures in several places, 3 fractures on each rib, all the way down his right side, a head injury. He was just in a real bad way, and they just said it's really touch and go whether he will survive or not.
I did suffer a head injury. It did affect my memory, my recapping of things. I do have a lot of problems day to day. I can't stand, I certainly can't walk.
But my first initial thought was, how would Anthony cope? How would I cope? How would the rest of my family cope? Because they all adored Chris. But I actually rang a chap who Chris is very friendly with from the bike shop in Droylsden, and he said, Collette, what we need to do is we need to get Mike on board from HCC, because he is the best of the best, and his actual company and all the people that work for him will get you what Chris needs. For HCC came round the following day to just basically put my mind at rest, to just introduce themselves, to tell me basically not to worry. They would take all, the accident on board, and they would contact people, and they were just brilliant from day one, to be honest. So instantly they made a claim from the other side and put some money into mine and Chris's joint account to cover the bills, because between us, with not working, myself and Chris not bringing an income in, that was my first thought, I thought, what we're going to do. Like, they guided us with a lot of things we didn't know we could have, like an electric wheelchair.
We've adapted the house to suit myself. The rehabilitation was second to none. I went to Steps, which is a specialised centre, while Mike at HCC organised all these specialists.
Case manager sorted things out like care. So when Chris came out of hospital in the December, they arranged all the care for Chris, which was 2 carers 4 times a day. They came with us to specialist appointments, so anywhere we went when we was at the Manchester Royal, they used to meet us there, they used to come in the appointments with us, and it was support as well as somebody else to listen to what the specialist was saying, because you find when you're in that situation, a lot of it goes over your head. They gave us support as well. They were constantly on the phone, whether we needed anything, whether I needed to see anybody, whether I needed to speak to anybody. And no matter what I needed, I knew Mike and Fergus and the rest of the team were on the end of the phone. And if I couldn't sort things out, they were my first protocol, and they sorted everything I needed to know.
I can't express my desire for motorcycles. I'm fortunate that I've been able to buy quite a few to keep my mind occupied with tinkering with them, messing about with them, running them. I mean, I cannot ride anymore, but it's nice to just have some involvement with a passion that I've had all my life. I can't commendate them enough for what they did for us. What they've achieved for us it's been immense, and without it, life would be so much more difficult. And thanks to Mike and the team, we are where we are today. We have a lovely house, and we can only be grateful to Mike and the team for doing what they did.
I would actually say you cannot fault that company. Mike, the rest of them, they were just amazing. They were absolutely amazing. We never wanted for anything. From healthcare to financial care to support, I would 100% recommend HCC.